I'm trying to do as much as I can to help get content out, but I am going to try to focus on quantity, or quality, not quantity, quality of my videos. So it's like, while I have the energy or while I have the time to do so, I will be doing as much as I can. Today I am going to start off doing my shirts. This is going to be for those girls, like maybe you're like me and you have a ton of long sleeve shirts and you just want to get rid of them or make them and repurpose them, because I do not have a lot of short sleeve shirts, and the short sleeve shirts that I have are a little bit tattered. So I think what I'm going to do is make some sleeves of my own and just do some nice simple t-shirt sleeves. I need to get a t-shirt that I like the sleeves of. So let me go get a shirt where I love how the sleeves fall down, and we'll see. Alright, so this might be easier than I thought. This is the sleeve. It's like pretty much, okay, this is paint that's on it, but this is like my favorite shirt that I still like to wear, even though it has a bunch of paint on it. But this is the sleeve that's my favorite, and I think pretty much all it is like just a slight slant. So I think that's all I'm going to do is, I think I'm going to trace it with some paper. That way I don't have to have the whole shirt every single time. But pretty much, let me show y'all. We're doing this concept. All you got, hold on. Alright, this is the best angle that I have for right now. I don't know why it's like, sorry, this cord also, I'm trying to get it out of the way. But even though I have the overhead view, I'm trying not to put it on the overhead view for right now, because I'm gonna need y'all to watch or see the sewing portion of it, and I can't have that on the overhead view when we sew. This is all pretty much you need to see. If y'all don't want to cut out a pattern or cut out any sheets or whatever, this is how you'll do it. You'll line up the seams. This shirt is a little bit wider when it comes to the sleeve, but it's okay. All you need basically is just where the seam starts and where it's going to end, and you just smooth everything out. It probably would have helped if I used a flatter or an iron, but I don't have an ironing table, which is like one of the things I want to get this year for 2024. So you're gonna flatten it out, and then what you can do is get your rotary blade and just go at it. Make sure you have like one of these, but also make sure you're going out, I want to say, let's do about a full inch out. Give us a whole inch allowance and cut it. And that way you have this out, and we can save this for scrap stuff and use this as like a scrap material and do something cool with it. But what you could also do is just mark that with either a marker, a crayon, or some chalk. And when you get the chalk, then you cut it with some regular scissors. But I like doing it this way because you get more precise line. Or what we can do, which is what I want to do, I'm not going to measure exactly, but I am going to use some cool little tools. We're going to do some ultra fabrication. Alright, so what we want to see is how long, that doesn't have inches on it. So we're just going to do 11.5 inches, which is not even going to do a whole page. Let's see if, 11.5, so we're going to have to take 2 papers. Alright, so we have 11.5. Alright, so once I got the angles done, and then I lined up, or I measured the bottom. So this was about 6 inches or 6.5, and the top was about 8 inches, and put it right there. And then measured out the middle to the side, and it was about 6.5 inches, like 6 inches in the middle, and then 6.5 inches out. So now that we got our basic pattern of our shirt, we can cut it out. All right, and then we're going to tape this a little bit more because this is like hanging on with just transfer tape. So we're gonna put more transfer tape. I can't find any regular tape, so we're just gonna have to use the old transfer tape, which is pretty much the same. All right, side. Your left. But when I look at it, it's the right. All right, so that's our basic pattern. It's a little bit bigger than what we intended because it's giving us kind of like a seam allowance. So now we can put this shirt away so you don't have to keep looking at that gross one. And we can get our other, and see, these shirts are just so stretched out at the sleeve because these weren't just my shirts. These were given to me by a friend because I like hand-me-down shirts. I just like shirts that are just worn in. So again, this is big. So what we're going to do is even it up as possible, or get it even as possible. And we're just going to measure out how far it goes out. And I like to, again, give me about, I'm going to give myself a full inch. And that's what we're going to do. So we got the first shirt cut up and ready. Now it's just a regular t-shirt, which what I could do is like double hem it and do like a rolled sleeve look. But what I'm going to do is just going to, one, flip all of these out inside out. And we're going to do a faux overlock stitch. So with that, we're going to fold it down maybe 1 or 2 times. I think only 1 time should do. And then we're just going to stitch we're going to do 2 lines of top stitching to mimic this. We're going to put this to the side. Also, this is a comfort color shirt. And what we could do, another way of doing this and a little bit faster, putting both sleeves together, but you got to make sure they are seam to seam matching because we don't want one sleeve to be off kiltered. I'm just going to come out just a little bit more than what we usually did. And again, give ourselves an inch allowance. And then we got both sleeves cut at the same time. And to me, they look pretty dang close. Yep. And flip it inside out, put it to the side. Now that we have everything pinned, I switched the foot to this one. There's a foot that will tell you exactly, it will perfectly line everything up for you. So it will tell you the seam allowance or whatever. It'll tell you where it's going or the side. So it has a lot of points to line up your project. So that's what we're using. That way we can get those nice crisp and clean lines. That is a jean needle. We need to switch it to a jersey needle. Always, always, always. One thing that I've learned is always put your needles, when you're done using them, put them back in the container and on the right size gauge in your container after you use them. That way you know what you're using exactly. Let me see if I can zoom y'all in. I also have some snacks in the way. Hopefully I can get y'all to see super duper closely. Okay, so our first line needs to be right there. We need to line up that needle as close as we can to those markers. So this is how I'm lining up the needles, or the needle of the machine. We are making sure we are getting as close to this edge or this seam or the hem as possible. And we're lining up this needle to that red line. And then we're lining this up to this red line so we can know for sure as we're sewing that that's where we need to keep our lines at. So that's how I'm going to sew every one. And then let me show you the second lineup. This is the final look of how these sleeves came out. So these I feel like are a little bit too thin, because when you have the long sleeve shirts, I feel like the arms are designed to kind of be a little bit slimming. So this is the first one. This is how this one looks, and obviously there's still some lettering, although I wonder why it was on this side and not on this side. So there's still that lettering there, which, you know, whatever. Let me show you the other ones. And this one is about the same. Again, the sleeves aren't that baggy, but they are, it's fine. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. They fit comfortably. I think since these are more medium shirts and not the large, that's why the sleeves are a little bit, because I didn't take off around, I just took the length off. And I like my sleeves, I don't like them to be too short. I like them to be pretty much down to my elbows. Like, this is like the perfect length. So it's just weird because I know it used to be a long sleeve shirt and now it's a short sleeve shirt, but I like it. That's how that one fits. Okay, this one was one of the large shirts, so the sleeves are a little bit bigger and they're not so tight to my arms. The others were like a medium. This one's like a large. So not only do the shoulders come off, the shoulder seams come off my shoulders, but it's like big, baggy, and the sleeves go out just a little bit. So that's how this one came out. So it's a little bit more baggier, more lived in. Yeah, there we go. Alright, this one's also a little bit baggier. This one fits just like my pink one. So, this shirt I was talking about, they fit the same. So I'm guessing this is also a large without looking at the tag. Pretty sure it's a large. Yep. I like larges because like they're just baggier on me. I wear a medium, or I'm getting to where I'm wearing a medium, but the large, they're baggy, they're nice, they're good for me pajama shirts. But again, this used to be a long sleeve shirt. Now it's a nice baggy t-shirt. Again, I had a bunch. I had 2 drawers filled with long sleeve shirts. And so I obviously need to make more t-shirts, but I might wear this one tonight. This is so comfy. This one specifically is comfortable. So, and the last one, and this one is also a large. This one, for a large, this one fits kind of snug. So, large. That's what this one looks like. It's comfy. It's good. It does the job. It'll be good for summer. So, yeah. But, yeah, that is what I did with my long sleeve shirts. So hopefully this helps somebody out. Maybe if you're transitioning from winter to spring clothes and you can't really quite afford a short sleeve shirts and you just want to do with what you got, this is a great option. This kind of reminds me of like when I was in middle school trying to get a tank top, but this is like the adult version, just having long sleeves and making them into short sleeves. But yeah, this saved a lot of money for me. I did not have to go and buy new shirts. I got to just use the ones that I had. Again, I had a whole bunch of long sleeve shirts. I still got like 15 different versions of those, and I already have like, hold on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I just did 5 shirts. I could do 5 more because I have a lot of long sleeve shirts. But I do have a lot of t-shirts, but as you can tell, I've been doing a lot of projects in some of my shirts. This shirt has actually cleaned up a lot. I thought there was a bunch of paint on the back of this one, but apparently it's all just in the front. So all I have to do really, well, I guess there is this big one. If I just take some acetone or something, I could take the paint off. But who knows? Maybe I'll do that in a future video of how to get paint off your project shirts or your shirts that you painted in. If you want more videos like this, please give me a thumbs up. I do need to redo a how to sew or how to hem leggings. You kind of do the same thing of what I just did today, just with a shirt. But if you also want to do this kind of method, you could also do it to yoga pants. You could double roll them like I did with the straighten iron. You just do the same thing from the hem down to the double stitching, and you get this nice look at the end. Now let me show y'all. Now you could tell where I did back stitch, but this is the hem after. It's not perfect, but if somebody's looking that close at your shirt and realizing something's off, they're just really nosy, I guess, or just have ADHD to the max. Make sure you like and subscribe so that your For You page can be a bunch of things like mine. So, bye, and please comment down below if you did this.